maxing out your mind. Write that down, maxing out your mind. I've got 5 key points I want to go over with you today, and I'm really excited because I love this subject. I first learned it from Ed Milet. I've been studying it a lot recently, and this morning I want to talk to you about maxing out your mind and how to do it. Because the reality is that you have to change your thoughts in order to change your beliefs. We talked about that a lot. Change your thoughts in order to change your beliefs. So you got to ask yourself, what are my core beliefs? What do I believe to be true about myself? What do I believe to be true about God? Maybe if I believe in God. If I don't believe in God, what do I believe to be true about the universe? What do I believe to be true about my future? What do I believe to be true about my potential? What do I believe to be true about my worth, my self-worth? And the last question is so powerful because so many people struggle with their sense of worth, even feeling worthless. And the truth is that what you believe about yourself determines every single area of your life. I remember when I was 19, I first heard See the Top. I was getting the cassette tapes and I was reading the books, and basically said that, every action that we take or don't take is a result of what we believe about ourselves, our self-image, our self-esteem, our self-ideal, our self-worth. Like, you cannot consistently perform in a manner that is inconsistent with the way that you see yourself. And so your belief system controls your life. And so we talked about belief systems a lot, over the last couple of years, and for good reason, because they're self-fulfilling prophecies. Because your beliefs control everything that you do and everything that you feel. And so if you wake up and say, I don't feel like working today, that's not just laziness. It's rooted in your belief system. It's connected to what you believe about yourself and what you're doing. So here's the bottom line. Studies show that the average person has about 50,000 thoughts a day. 91% of those thoughts are the exact same as the day before. Let that sink in for a second. 91% of these thousands of thoughts a day, they're just repeating themselves. And so think about it. Is it any surprise that people stay stuck in the same place when it comes to relationships, business, career, finances, fitness? Thoughts are like magnets. And so your thoughts attract what you focus on. Okay, so if you want real lasting change in your life, you got to first change what you're actually thinking about, which also means you got to consume different information. If someone says, I'm feeling down or I'm depressed, most of the time, unless it's some type of chemical issue, it's because they're thinking negative thoughts. Okay, drop mic. They're thinking negative thoughts. If you change just 10% of your thoughts, you could dramatically change your life. Think about that. 10%. 1 out of 10. So what if just 5% of your organization, your team, was actually working? What if just 10% more people were engaged in the business? Your income would explode. Your ranks would go through the roof. And so you got to change your environment. You got to change your associations. I talk to my kids about this all the time. The people that you choose, it's a choice, to associate with, the environment that you surround yourself with, they shape your thoughts. That's the truth. Okay? Number 1, it breaks your routine. 2 is it pushes you out of your comfort zone. And so you've got to surround yourself with people who are going somewhere positive. And so I remember Ed Milet, he talked about, and this came from Tony Robbins too, the reticular activating system. They just call it the RAS. Your mental filter. And I want to share you some insights on why your mind is so powerful, because you've got this mental filter. In fact, it's working my mind as I'm talking to you right now. It either works for you or works against you. And Tony Robbins talks about this RAS in a lot of detail. I just want to make it as simple as possible. It is a bundle of nerves in your brainstem that acts as a gatekeeper. That's really what it is. So it filters out irrelevant information. It only allows to come into what's actually important to you. Now, what's crazy about this RAS is it filters out anything that would prove your beliefs false. That's why you get so defensive on certain stuff. It only lets information in that confirms what you already believe. You want proof? Look at the stuff on politics on your social media and how defensive you get. If you're a die-hard Tom Brady fan, you think that he's the GOAT, Someone else from a different city, different generation will say, no, he's not. It's Patrick Mahomes. Their RAS filters in what supports their belief, and it filters out everything else. Because I think the guy behind me, Michael Jordan, is the GOAT. Well, it's because I grew up in the 80s and 90s, right? And some of you are like, no, it's Steph Curry, it's Kobe, it's LeBron, because maybe you grew up a few years after me. So if you believe that you're going to build a big, successful business and earn a great income, your RAS will start working to confirm the belief. It's going to filter in opportunities. It's going to make you notice things that you've never noticed before. Ever visualize getting a dream car? I wanted a Corvette. I started seeing them everywhere. You think about it all the time. And then suddenly you start seeing that car that you want everywhere. I never noticed it before. The car was always there, but your RAS is filtering it into your awareness. All of a sudden, it's just all around you. And this happens in business. I see it all the time. A few years ago, I started with a guy, I won't give his name, but it's Jordan Combs. I started Project 5000. It's called Project 5000. Some of you might remember it. I went on a recruiting spree, and guess what? I recruited like crazy and doubled my income. Okay? Why? Because I was hyper focused on looking for the right people, looking for the next leader, knowing that I was going to explode my business. Now, had I not been so locked in, I might not have even noticed the opportunities. And so what I would tell you today is to be careful on what you focus on, because some people keep wondering why bad things keep happening to them. I think it's because they're thinking about what they don't want, and their RAS is making it a reality in their life. I don't want to lose my job. They get laid off. I don't want to go into the negative in my bank account. They check it daily. Yep, it goes into the negative. My car is always breaking down, and guess what? It just keeps breaking down. There's always problems. Your RAS is only focused on what you repeatedly think about all day long. And that's why, it's like Ed said, obsession creates possession. Your obsessions are your possessions. Anything that you want in life requires a total obsession. Now, some people think and I used to think that obsession was just a negative thing, but let's be real. Olympic athletes, they're obsessed for about 4+ years preparing for the Olympic Games, okay? Top business leaders are obsessed with vision and execution. If you want to hit certain ranks, if you want to actually scale your business, scale your trading, if you want to transform your finances, you've got to dedicate, and I say dedicate and commit, a season of your life to it. You've got to become obsessed with achieving it. Let me give you guys a real life example. There was a time, and this was years ago, I looked at the Excel spreadsheet. I didn't like what I saw. And I said, I am sick and tired of seeing these liabilities. I'm going to get out of debt. Now, I can't make an income claim. I can't make a lifestyle claim. But let me just make this simple. I eliminated those things. They were deleted off the list. I was hyper focused on getting myself where all I had was just assets. Your obsessions become your possessions. Okay? And I learned that from Ed Milet. Your reticular activating system is the most powerful success tool in the entire world. And guess what? It is a God-given, this is my belief, it is a God-given survival tool. That's what I believe. All of us have it, but most of us rarely actually use it to our advantage. Now, some people, they use it in a negative way. They're constantly reinforcing doubts and fears, and so they're all scared and they don't take action. I choose as much as I can to use it in a positive way. Now, I'm not perfect, but I choose very much. I choose happiness every day. And I don't always feel happy, but I choose happiness every day because you are the creator of your life. Where you are today, it is a result of the choices that you've made. That is the truth. You chose your career. You chose your partner. You chose the business that you're in. Okay? Those are all your choices. Now, unless you're in some type of arranged marriage, just to be politically correct so I don't get any DMs, okay, you chose your life. Okay? So if you want to change your life, max out your mind. Max out your mind. That is my message for you guys today. Now, if this hit home for you today, I want you to drop a 111 inside that chat box. I hope that you guys have an amazing Monday, and I will see you on the next session. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk soon.